Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter! That's me. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, 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 bam. Review stuff. And I'm back. I'm back for another review video that'll probably take me 10 minutes to get into it. Try the food. Now today though, seriously, I'm going to try to get into this really quick. I'm going to try to do a quick review today, which means it'll only be 28 minutes long instead of 30 minutes long. Now listen, Linda, listen, okay? I had an eye appointment this morning, okay? My eyes, well, it's really this eye I've had problems with. I had an infection. She told me I had, well, first she called it herpetic kinesiology of the world or something like that. And then she said it was herpes. And I was like, herpes? I have herpes of the eye? Oh my God, what are you talking about? I was like, nobody did that to my eye. She's like, nobody did what to your eye? I go, herpes? What are you talking about? I'm a married man. She goes, no, it's not that kind of herpes. It's a cold sore. You have it in your body, and then when you get sick, you can get it, and then you put contacts on top of it. So anyway, but that was last Wednesday. I went to that eye appointment. Friday, I went for my checkup, and then today I went for a checkup. She said my eye is much better. I can put my contacts back in. I still haven't today. But anyway, and I didn't do my contact because I got 4 boxes of contacts. So she's like, we'll just do that contact prescription. So I got a whole eye exam today, which is why my eyes are dilated. And I'm saying that because, you know, when that really nice guy Joe did that TikTok about me, a couple people commented on it and was like, he's talking so fast, he's a meth head. I have been sober, I will tell you, since December 17th of 1994, okay? I have been sober, all right? So, listen, I don't judge, but I ain't no meth head over here, okay? And I know because somebody's going to be like, oh my God, his eyes are so dilated. His eyes are so dilated. They're so diluted. Well, I'm diluted, but my eyes are dilated. And so people will be like, oh my God, he's a meth head. He's talking so... I always talk fast, okay? I always talk fast. Anyway, so I was with my cousin today. My cousin Caroline, you know, and my cousin... Well, we have a grandma, and we found out after my mom passed away that our grandma had gone to prison. Now we found out that it's 3 times, we think, okay? For embezzlement, money laundering, and fraud. My grandma was an OG, okay? She was, all right? So we're trying to get to the bottom of all that, right? Now, I have spent some time in county, all right? But I have never been to prison before, okay? Not that I judge. Half my friends have been to prison, okay? I'm sober, so a lot of my friends went to prison for drug charges and things like that. And so, and I love, oh my God, I love those prison channels on YouTube so much. Do you watch those? Oh my God, I love those so much. When they tell you how to make a grilled cheese sandwich, you know, in prison from Commissary and things like that. And I love watching Orange is the New Black and Wentworth are like 2 of my favorite shows. I love all them prison shows, okay? So anyway, so my cousin Caroline and I were driving around today, and she went to this little convenience store thing. She had to get a birthday present for some, I don't know, anyway. So we were in there, and they had like a lot of like fun candy stuff, but it's like jelly candy that I can't try, right? So, because I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat gelatin. So I saw these potato chips, and I was like, oh my God, these would be so much fun to review. I've never seen these potato chips before. And they're called Jailbreaker Brands Potato Chips, Cell Boss Blend. Flavor so good it should be illegal. There's my thumbnail for you, okay? And I was like, what in the Sam hell is going on here, right? So I was like, I was reading the back of these and I was like, oh no, this is too good to be true. Because I love the jail shows and all that kind of stuff and the jail YouTubers. I watch all the jail YouTubers. I love them. So anyway, you know, they'll tell you everything about how to like make a burrito out of a cup of noodles and don't drop the soap, okay? They'll tell you all this stuff about the prisons. Oh my God, I love the prison channel so much. My cousin Caroline and I, we were driving around today, you know, because I was talking about these potato chips. And then so my cousin had to go to something this afternoon, and it didn't start till 4:30, so she's like, I can't drop you off before 4 o'clock. And I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, so we were driving around my neighborhood. My cousin grew up about a street over from where I live, and so I walk around these neighborhoods, and I was like, can you show me, like, so our family friends, they've now moved. Well, they lived in a condo, but then, oh my God, they used to have this little poodle. This little poodle was so, and its name was Mocha. It was so sweet. I remember my mom and I, one time we went over there to visit their condo. They had this condo in the lake. Not the lakes in my neighborhood, but this other condo. It was gorgeous condo. But anyway, Mocha had this 2-story like cage crate thing, and on the outside of it they had a sign, because that was like in their house. Like, you know how like cats crawl up and down, they had for the dog, and it had like this little ramp thing that went up. And on the outside of it, it said Mocha's condo. I thought that was so cute. But anyway, I was like, Caroline, can you go drive over in this neighborhood that's like 2 minutes from me? I said, because I always walk by the house, but they done painted the house, and now I'm not sure because there's like 3 houses in that street. Don't you hate that? When you go down streets that like every house looks the same? I don't like that. But anyway, but that's just like my own personal preference. But anyway, so we went down to this, we were walking down there, and Caroline was like, because Caroline grew up in this neighborhood, right? And so she's like, oh, that's where Judy Smith lived. And she's like, I used to smoke pot with her behind her house. That's where Sally Jones lived. She had a pool. We used to smoke pot in her pool. That's where Jenny Jones lived. And I used to smoke pot with her in her bedroom upstairs. I mean, all these people should tell me about how she smoked pot with all these people. I was like, Caroline, what did she, she's like, is that all you did? She's like, smoke pot and date boys. That's what we did in high school. She's telling me about all her boyfriends. She was telling me about all her boyfriends. That's a whole story. I'll have to save that story for another video. But anyway. So I was like, this one lady, we went by her house, and Caroline's like, I egged that lady's house. She was so mean. I said, oh, were you smoking pot? She goes, probably, with a boy. And I said, Caroline, I said, did you ever get arrested for anything? Because I didn't think Caroline ever had. Now, she knows I've been arrested, right? And so I was like, Caroline, have you ever been arrested for anything? And she was like, no. She's like, now I got arrested for a couple things, okay? But I was like, have you ever been arrested? She's like, no, and I don't know how. And she's like, and she kept on talking about this lady's house that she done egged and all this kind of stuff. And so she was talking about, you know, it was her mom's friend and all this stuff. She didn't like her very much. But anyway, so I was like, oh my God, this story is so funny. I'm going to have to share this story about, you know, all this kind of stuff about your illegalities of the world. She's like, yeah. She's like, I don't know how I never did get arrested. She's like, I did everything I wasn't supposed to do in high school. She was bad. She was bad. I was that friend, you know when you have like 10 friends, and it's like, that one friend always gets in trouble for everything. That's me. In second grade, I was getting in trouble for talking, you know? People are like, to this day, it was so funny because Caroline was like, she watched that TikTok that guy made for me. She's like, people think this is like an act. She's like, this is exactly how you are driving around the car with me on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. She's like, Thanksgiving. She's like, this is how you are all the time. You're all over the place, always talking about stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I got these Jailbreaker potato chips. Now, let me read you the story on the back of it. The story is so good. We don't care about the nutritional facts, okay? I got it. Tomorrow on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I got my weigh-in. So I can only eat like 1 or 2 of these potato chips, but we won't worry about that today. But let me read you the story. There's a whole story on the back. I used to read cereal boxes, true story. Oh my God, did you ever watch that one? What was that Netflix series? I started watching Unsolved Mysteries last night. It's so good. If you want to watch my recap of it, it's going to be over my my Peter Watches TV channel. Okay, why would you not want to watch a whole entire YouTube channel dedicated to me watching TV shows and talking about it? Okay, I was telling Caroline today, I did this whole review of that TV show Glitch. It was so bad. Anyway, everybody dies. I mean, they do. This gal dies, and then her brother dies, and her uncle dies, and somebody else dies, her grandma dies. Everybody dies. That's the truth, you know. They say we're all going to die. That's from the Miss Firecracker movie. I love that movie so much with Holly Hunter. That was in Peter's movie club over my Peter Does Stuff channel. But she's going through these pictures, and she goes, that's my Aunt Susie, you know, or Aunt Judy, she died. That's my Uncle so-and-so. They say we're all going to die someday, and I believe it too. I love that movie so much. But anyway, so let me read you the story. Oh, no, but I used to read cereal boxes in the morning. I love cereal boxes. If they had games and stuff in there, my mom didn't even need to buy me those word puzzle books, okay? Because I had cereal boxes. True story. Oh, true story. So, I say that all the time. My mom used to say that. But did you see that jail show on Netflix? I love that show so much, where they like let all the guys like just run around or whatever. And that one guy, his name is True Story. That guy looked like this guy that I used to date. No, this is really a true story. He looks just like this guy that I used to date back in the day. Oh my God, he was so fine. He was so hot. You want to talk? But anyway, he and his partner, you know, during the I called it the lockup the other day, but it felt like it. But it was the lockdown. You know, he and his partner, because you know what that was all about. You can't say that word on YouTube. That, you know, the C word. Not that dirty C word that you shouldn't call ladies. I'm talking about the other C word, right? But he and his partner both passed. Well, he was like 10 years older than me. He and his partner both passed away from that. It was so sad. Oh my God, he was so hot back in the day. You're talking about illegal. Woo! He was so hot. He was illegal. And not only that, he dealt drugs too. And before I got sober, I thought that was hot. Oh my God, I did. If you dealt drugs, oh God. You're talking about red flag, green flag. That was green flag. Money and free drugs. And you were hot on top of that. And you liked a little bit. I mean, today I'm sober 29 years, okay? So I wouldn't be messing with all that today. But back in the day, oh my God. You talk about, people talk about they like bad boys. I like the guys that were about to get arrested any second, okay? And you... This is a family channel, okay? I can't say that. But you know what was so good? That she'd have gone, walked up to the cops and said, you did all that shit, not even knowing what was done, okay? Because it was so good. That was the guy that looked like True Story. But anyway, True Story. So here's that back on here. It says Jailbreaker brands. Flavor so good it should be illegal. Where am I at on time? That guy was laughing at me at 8 minutes. I'm at 9 minutes and 41 seconds. I still haven't eaten the chips. I haven't even opened the chips. Flavor so good it should be illegal. When bland, regular, thin, normal chips, I hate that, don't you? Won't do. Make a run for it and grab a bag of Jailbreaker brands. Sell Boss Blend. The perfect combination of spicy, sweet, and heat leaves you wanting more. I asked the gal at the convenience store, I said, are these like a joke? Is this like a joke food? She goes, oh no, I just had a bag of them the other day. They're so good. She goes, they are so good. It takes a Ripple-style chip. I love Ripples. I used to hate, like the Ruffles. I used to hate them, but I love them now. It takes a Ripple-style chip with some real crunch to hold all this flavor, and we've packed plenty in this bag. Jailbreaker brand products have been created using the finest flavors and spices, I bet, to satisfy I am so my mother. My mother used to say stuff all the time, and she'd just make herself laugh. I love that. We know that even under the best, I'm just skipping sentences because I don't even care. Just get to the good part. We know that even under the best circumstances, there is nothing easy about doing time. True that. But we, especially when you're doing time for somebody else, because the D was, oh my God, was so good though. But that's the truth. I didn't do that, but I got friends of mine that did. No, true story. I got friends of mine that went away for years, okay? And they get out and they like, you know, change their whole life around and stuff like that. And they would be like, that guy, he like got married again. He's got 2 more kids since the last time I was dating him. He had 16 before. I went and did time for him, and he won't even take my calls. See, girl, that's why we should never have dated them, guys. True story. We know that even under the best circumstances, there is nothing easy about doing time, but we hope that these Cell Boss blend potato chips make the experience a little better for everyone. Girl, now, if you have ever done an hour a night or whatever in county jail is not fun, okay? In county jail, and I bet prison, okay? There ain't no potato chip in the world that would set you that free. I'm just telling you right now. The story is true. We did create Jailbreaker for inmates, but you don't have to commit a crime to love them too. Good thing. Our full line of there's a whole thing. I'm gonna have to look on here. Our full line of Jailbreaker brand products is available online at www, that's World Wide Web if you didn't know, if you're my age, jailbreakerbrands.com. And will soon be available in stores and sporting events. What the? Sorry. I need 25 cents for the cuss jar for this video. Events all across America. And then this is how I love what they followed up with. Ask your commissary provider. Girl, what sporting event has commissary provider? Okay, I think we know. Listen, if you live the life that I have and been sober as long as I have, you had enough friends of yours call you up and ask you to put a few dollars on the commissary, okay? And their phone. Ask your commissary provider, and you do, and she do, every time. I've had this good Judy of mine. I love her so much, but this girl can't hold 60 days together to save her life. And if she was sitting right here, she'd be true story. That's the truth. She'd be laughing, right? I love her so much, okay? She's about coming up on about that right now. I love her so much. But I swear to God, about 3 times a year, I feel like it's quarterly for her, like she's running a business. She gets locked up again. Okay, she's done the house arrest, the ankle bracelet. She's done it all, okay? And about 3 times a year, I get a phone call from her, you know, from the county jail. The collect call on your cell phone. And it'll come up, and it's always her asking me with some sob story. Just nobody will put any money on her, you know. And I'm always like, okay, girl, I always do. I always put some money. Why wouldn't you? I feel bad for her. If I was in county, I would want some chips. Here you go. I'm gonna buy her a bag of these. Ask your commissary provider about our line of flavoring enhancing seasoning packets available. Seasoning packets for the noodles, girl. For the noodles. Now listen, my friends of mine told me, okay, all the women. Now I did have a friend of mine, I got a couple friends of mine in Indiana Women's Prison. My grandma was in Indiana Women's Prison. But a couple of friends of mine that were in Madison. And Madison, they always say, is a cakewalk. Okay, that's not true. But anyway, that's a women's prison too. All my friends are always like, Madison's cakewalk. They say, oh, they just let us all just stay up as late as we want. And what they do is they mix these things, okay? And it's like Kool-Aid, coffee, all this kind of shit, flavor packets. They mix it up and then it makes them like high as a kite when they're in jail. They stay up all night long. It's like caffeinated beyond belief. What are those things called? Now, if you just be honest, okay? If you did a little time, like, I'm not afraid to say that, but if you did a little time, you know what I'm talking about. They're not called Whippets. What are they called? They're called something like Rockets or Whippets. But you mix Kool-Aid and coffee and sugar and just get you like, ah! Probably like how, they probably have eyes dilated like mine. Brains diluted too. They are perfect for spicing up your tray items. Girl, I'm reading this straight off of here. What, your toast, your noodles from the commissary? Or adding that pop of flavor to those cell-made recipes. See right here, I love this. You know, whole cookbooks, you can order them on Amazon and everything. Let's just get into these and try them. This is long enough at this point. Okay, I know somebody's making fun of me today. Probably making another TikTok talking about how I have the most aggressive case of ADHD. And then, well, she do. She do. I mean, you just own it. You know, at some point, you just own it. Okay. They do look like they have some kind of flavoring on them and stuff like that. You don't get a lot of chips for your money in Commissary, though. But let's try these. Okay. These are good. Do you know what these remind me of? Now, I've tried a couple of them. Woo, those are hot. Mama. Those Zappos or Zaspos, do you know those chips I'm talking about? They're like from, like, you don't say New Orleans, you say Nolans. I learned that. So anyway, just like I cannot stand when people say Illinois with an S, like Illinois. When I was living over in Illinois, I cannot stand when people say that. The other thing I cannot stand, because I used to go all the time to the Connection nightclub in Louisville, Kentucky. They had the best drag shows in the entire world. But the one thing I cannot stand is when people say Louisville. It's Louisville, okay? You don't say Louisville Slugger, okay, like the baseball place. Last time my husband and I were there, we walked by that we drove by that baseball place. We were staying at the Alexander Hotel down there. Or no, the 24 seat was where we were staying. Alexander's in Indianapolis. So anyway, we were driving by the Louisville Slugger. You can go, I wouldn't do it, but you can go there and you can like see how baseball bats are made and stuff like that. And I always just like, you know, say stupid stuff. And I said to my husband, I said, God, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was for our anniversary, maybe 6 or 7. But anyway, our anniversary is coming up next month. We'll have been together 16 years and have been married for 13 years. I'm waiting for the applause, but thank you so much, okay, like Gaga said. Applause, applause. Anyway, but I said to my husband, I said, they asked me to play on the baseball team, but I said I was too busy making YouTube videos. He goes, oh, really? He just plays along with me. I talked to the dog, and, you know. Anyway, these chips are good. They remind me of the barbecue chips from that Zappos, but better. These are really, really good. I love barbecue sauce so much. Oh my God, dip a hash brown in barbecue sauce from Hardee's. Oh, set you free. Probably not free from jail, but. Okay, these are literally spicy, sweet, and tangy. All at the same time. Oh. These are really good. I'm really surprised. I thought these were like a joke food. These are literally like a 10 out of 10, you guys. True story. Jailbreaker brands. Cell Boss blend. Whoo, they are hot. But they're just hot enough for me to like. Not too hot for me to eat. That's right, Boo Radley. My dog's down here. He's fixing his bed and things like that. He don't know I'm filming a video. He don't get it. Anyway, those are so good. I can play. I always wanted to play guitar. And then I thought I might want to play, you know, drums, skin flute. But I think I might want to start playing the bag. I played with the bag back in the day. That's why I'm sober today. Anyway, maybe I'll order some more of their stuff online. I'll call them up and say I'm doing a commissary order. Anyway, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.